Alright, hello everyone. Like I had promised, we are going to do my predictions for an NXT pay-per-view. I'm telling you guys, I have never been so excited for NXT before. I'm really intrigued into it because things are getting a lot better. I certainly think since Ava has taken over, Ava Johnson has certainly made her role in a good way. I mean, I know her dad may have had something to do with her getting the opportunity, but yeah, I think Ava Johnson has done a great job with the NXT brand as the general manager. She has done a decent job with this card. The only complaint that I have is Uba Fena. I mean, why in the world are you making him in a dumb handicap match against Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. So I'll just get that thought out of the way because there's much better matches on this card. And I hope that Trick Williams does get his rematch at some point. It'll happen at some point. It will. And we'll get into Trick's match because Trick is on this card tonight, which is good. So at least Trick is fighting. But I just want to give a disclaimer. And you know, this is the dumb thing that happened with the Royal Rumble. I will mention that the Royal Rumble started at 6 o'clock back on January 25th, right? And what I don't get, can somebody explain to me why they think it's a good idea starting these pay-per-views at 6 o'clock? Because the pre-show starts at 5. I'm on Peacock right now. And I'm like, why? Just why? I don't get it, but whatever. It is what it is. Now, tonight, this pay-per-view is taking place in Washington, D.C. Now, they had it all planned out because SmackDown was at the Verizon Center, I think it's called. I don't know what it's called in D.C. anymore. Somebody can clarify it. So, all right. I'm just gonna get straight to it because I had a brain fog moment just now thinking about SmackDown. I didn't even watch SmackDown last night. So I'll get to that once I'm done with this video. So here we go. 6 matches on your card. 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, Peacock. 6 p.m. Eastern in Canada, Mexico on Netflix. Because I know it's streaming in Mexico on the Netflix servers. So let's get into this. First match, let's just get this stupid thing over with. Uba Fena taking on Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Stupid match. Why are we even having this? I call them 8-town down losers for the reasons why. They're losers. You know, they're not a good tag team. I think it's going to lead to them breaking up. This is what's going to happen. They're going to end up breaking up on Raw on Monday. I'm calling it. Wait until Monday night on Netflix. They're going to turn on each other. That's what's going to happen. So Uba wins. You know, Uba shouldn't even be defending this title against these two losers. They're losers. Alright? What? Austin Theory was the youngest United States champion. Grayson Waller is agile. Just keep these guys on the NXT brand for so freaking long already. You know, at some point, don't even be surprised if they end up on TNA. Don't even be surprised if WWE's parent company tells them, you're getting way demoted down to TNA at this point. Because I think that's what's going to happen. Going to happen, but Uba retains. Enough, I'm done talking about this match. So let's get to the better matches on this card. So, the Wikipedia page describes these matches pretty well, if you ask me. So, at the moment, Eddie Thorpe, he won a Fatal 4-Way match back in December. Yeah, he was attacked backstage. Yes. Whole complicated storyline about attacking Eddie Thorpe. It was a mess. Yeah. It's a mess right now. It's just a real mess. There was a triple threat match. Oba won that one on January 7th. And it's just dumb what Ava has done for this. Yes, and then Thorpe attacked Trick with a lever strap February 4th. So Ava made the match official. So Ava Johnson had a real tough decision to make in terms of having Trick Williams take on Eddie. But I think you're going to see this new side of Trick come out tonight. He's been pushing it for a while. You might have been seeing the past couple of weeks the whole frustration with Trick. And I've been noticing it too the past couple of weeks. So I think this is what's going to happen. I think Oba wins tonight. He takes on these dumb losers of Austin and Grayson. And then it leads to Trick Williams the next couple of weeks begging Ava Johnson, hey, I deserve my one-on-one rematch. I lost the NXT championship. And so what I think it's going to do is I think it'll lead to Stand and Deliver taking place on April 19th. So we're going to have a very big weekend of wrestling predictions to make for that whole weekend, heading into WrestleMania. So the way I look at it, Trick Williams wins, and sorry, Eddie Thorpe, you know, what? I know it's a build-up, there's something to fill this card, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. Okay, next up we have the Tag Team Champions, Nathan Frazier and Axiom taking on Josh Briggs and Yoshi Kanara. This is an easy match to predict. I know Nathan and Axiom are going to retain tonight. I don't see them dropping the belts. I think they will walk in and Stand and Deliver as the champions. I think it's good branding, especially because of Axiom's face mask. I mean, it's interesting. Those two have a very interesting chemistry together. I like Nate. I like Axiom. They have a good chemistry together. Don't break it up right now. Really, just make them go in and Stand and Deliver as the champs. That's all I'm saying. Okay, and then our last men's match, we have a very interesting storyline that's been taking place for the past couple of months. You have Javon Evans taking on Ethan Page. Now, if you're not aware of this storyline, this has been great storytelling, and I know it's had some real-life consequences. I know it's caused some friction in NXT for the past 2 months, but I'll scroll up and I'll give a summary of what's been going on with that whole story. Let me make sure I can find it right here. Right, okay. So, Ethan Page lost the NXT Championship to Trick Williams. We all know that story. Then, back in December, what happened was, right before Christmas, Javon Evans' teeth was broken by Ethan Page. And it's led to some very drastic consequences. Cedric Alexander's hand was crushed with a toolbox. Dante Chen was attacked by a steel step by Ethan Page. And so now it's led to some very serious consequences. Javon's been begging for this match. I understand why he's frustrated because his teeth got broken in. But you know what? I think this is a feel-good story. And this is the one match I'm looking forward to in this complete card tonight. It's meant for pay-per-view. The build-up has been dramatic towards it. And so I think this is an easy one to predict. I think Javon Evans will easily beat Ethan Page tonight. I do not feel bad for Ethan. Ethan has gone complete rogue. And you know what? I'm sorry, but the downfall of Ethan Page is just going to keep continuing. He did this to himself. And you know what? Javon's going to get his revenge. Now, is Ethan's teeth going to get broken? That'll be very interesting. I mean, we certainly don't want to root for that. But you never know. Anything's possible. I mean, that was emotional seeing Javon's teeth getting broken like that. No one wants to see that. And by the way, I will mention, there is a stipulation in this match. They're not bringing it up, but should something else happen to Javon during the match, Ava Johnson made Javon sign a disclosure agreement with WWE. Triple H agreed to it. Shawn Michaels did too, where WWE will not be liable for any other injuries that Javon does face. I mean, again, I think Javon wins this. I really want to see Javon get his big win, and he's due for it. I really think this is the one that might make Javon feel good about himself, and I hope that maybe Cedric Alexander comes back and maybe we see Nate Frazier and Axiom get a tag team match against Javon and Cedric Alexander. I hope so. We'll see. Only time will tell. All right, let's move on to the ladies. Yes, so we have Fallon Henley taking on Stephanie Fakur. I think there'll be a new champion, so I'll just say it. Stephanie wins. You know what? I don't want to get into the reasons why, but if Fallon retains, you know what? It is what it is. But I want to see Stephanie win tonight, so let's just put Stephanie as the winner. Then lastly, we have Julia taking on Bayley, taking on Roxanne Perez, taking on Cora Jade. And I'm sorry to say this, but I think it's going to lead to Bayley taking on Roxanne at WrestleMania. I know I'm controversial for saying that, or maybe something happens at Stand and Deliver where those two fight. Maybe one of the two happens. I don't know what will happen, but come on. Bayley, Roxanne, they're heading for a one-on-one rivalry. It's so obvious how they're building it up. I gotta say, Roxanne looked good in the Royal Rumble. Last that long, I mean, that's pretty good, but Bayley and Roxanne are heading for a very interesting feud, the way I look at it. Julia as your current champion, then you have Cora Jade, so I don't know. I could see Cora Jade winning tonight, but I think I'm going to go on the safe bet and just say that Julia retains. Maybe Cora gets a one-on-one match with Julia down the line, but I don't know. I mean, I think Bayley and Roxanne are heading for a one-on-one feud the way this is going, but we'll see. We'll see, so. There you have it. Predictions are done for WWE Vengeance Day. And I will mention one more thing. Why is Tony D'Angelo... a couple of things, actually, no. Tony D'Angelo, why is he on this poster? I don't get it. It's dumb. Tony should not even be on this, because if you watch the end of NXT, I'll just mention that you might have missed out on the ending. And I will mention another thing that if you've been watching NXT the past couple of weeks, I have a feeling the Wyatts are showing up tonight. Call me crazy. Maybe we'll see them at some capacity. If the Wyatts show up, that'll be interesting. Noticing those strange messages lately? Very strange messages have been showing up on the CW the past couple of weeks, if anybody's been watching. And, of course, Netflix on the international market. Okay, so that's going to wrap up this video. We will be back on Saturday, March 1st. Wow. Guys, 2 weeks from today, we're going to make another pay-per-view prediction video. Look at that. The Elimination Chamber in Toronto. Look how the time goes by so fast, guys. It's amazing. So, again, 6 p.m. Eastern tonight on Peacock in the United States. Mexico, Canada, you guys will be getting it at 6 p.m. Eastern. Well, I don't know what time it'll start in Mexico. Maybe it's like 5, 4, 3 o'clock. I don't think anywhere in Mexico has the Eastern time zone, but Canada has the Eastern time zone because you have the Ontario and Quebec provinces. So that solves that problem. So enjoy again, 6 p.m. Pre-show will start at 5. So this should hopefully be a decent show. And I'm looking forward to it. So that's it. Thank you for watching.